Target makes a sad announcement and other economic financial news today. Hey, everybody, you're watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. My name is JJ. All right, Bulls and Bears, let's go ahead and get right into it. Maybe you're not a bull, maybe you're not a bear, maybe you're a combination of both. Maybe you're a bully bear. Is bully bear a word? It is now. So, bully bears, bulls, bears, everyone in between. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Target is pulling back on self checkout, limiting service to people with 10 items or fewer. We're going to tell you why this is kind of a big deal and what the sad part of it is. First of all, do we like self checkout? I love self checkout, right? It can save you a lot of time, but it's frustrating when you get behind people that have like two or three items and they're taking like 10 minutes. Like, how does it take you 10 minutes to scan two or three items? Did you forget your PIN number? Did you lose your credit card? Are you looking for coupons? Like, what's going on? So that was part of it. They said people were taking too many items and taking too long in self checkout. One part of it. The other part of it is theft. Theft. Over 1 in 10 people using self checkout, according to the source, stealing stuff through self checkout, right? Because they have the excuse. They could say, well, I thought I scanned it, right? I thought I scanned it. So that excuse gives a lot of people now motive to try to take things without paying for them. So pretty sad. And it's also a part, I think it's a part of the story of the economy. The more you see the cost of living explode higher, and we're going to talk about housing and real estate here in a few minutes. I'm going to show you a chart that might blow your mind, might make you cry. It almost made me cry. We'll talk about real estate here in a few minutes. Theft, retail theft, specifically a state of the economy. The more desperate people get, the more people can't afford things, the more they're going to try to take it for free, right? Common sense, um, right? Nothing too shocking about that. Just makes sense, right? So, Target, right? That they're naming theft is one of the reasons, right? So, people call me doom and gloom. I'm just reporting the news, and don't blame me for the news. Blame Target. They're the ones saying that they're going to limit this because one of the reasons being theft. Also, one of the other reasons people are too slow. So that's another story that people uh, nowadays they seem pretty slow. They seem to walk around like zombies, right? Again, back to the person with three things on the checkout taking 10 minutes. What's going on with people nowadays? The drivers are getting worse, but it's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic here. Next, let's look at this article out of Fox here. Home foreclosures are soaring. I got a little bit excited for a minute until I read into it. So they kind of hooked me into the article. So I checked it out. Foreclosures only up 8%. That's not very much. It may seem like a lot, but remember, foreclosures are really, really low right now. And it goes back to so many people got locked into a very, very low mortgage rate and they're staying put. They're not selling their home. People are running up debt in all kinds of other areas in order to make their home payment. So for now, for the most part, homeowners are holding on. It did increase by 8% nationwide. Some states more, some states less, but this is the average nationwide is 8%. We're going to talk about how low the numbers are, though. But yes, people will run up debt in lots of other places before they'll miss their mortgage payment for obvious reasons. They want to keep the roof over their head. Of course, they want that to be the first thing that they pay. And people would go without food and go without a lot of things. They'll go without trips to the amusement park. They'll go without maybe cable TV before they don't make their mortgage payment if they're smart. But that's what a lot of people are doing, I think. Also, record outflows out of people's 401k and retirement accounts. That's a big part of it. People are doing a lot of things to keep their mortgage payment current, robbing Peter to pay Paul. The question is, how long does it last? Well, I think that's one of the things that we're going to see going down here this year is the U.S. consumer. And there's another sign right here, an 8% uptick. Not a big uptick, but we're only in March, and it's pretty, it's accelerating. It's accelerating kind of rapidly here. So according to a new report, almost 33,000 properties in foreclosure in February, which includes default notices, scheduled auctions, and bank repossessions. That's an 8% increase from the year before. Again, not a huge amount, but it is an increase, and it is a sign that the consumer is feeling the financial strain, right? So that's one of the things we're going to keep an eye on. I do think that Fox kind of sensationalized the headline a little bit here. They say home foreclosures are soaring nationwide. I wouldn't say 8% is soaring, but it is kind of a big uptick compared to what we've seen over the past few years. Now, let's get into the insanity of this housing bubble, this housing market here, and compare it to incomes. I've got a chart here that this is the one that almost made me cry. I hope you don't cry. I'll give you a minute to get your tissue just in case. Let me bring up the chart. And bulls and bears, bully bears, we're looking at U.S. home prices compared to incomes. And I'm going to have to cover myself up here. Sorry. I'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. I'm going bye-bye behind the chart so you guys can see it. I want you to see this. This is crazy. Look at this. And we're going to start right down here. This is mid 80s, right? 1985. And what do we see? The 3.5, that represents the income ratio. So the home price was 3.5 times the median income, which at that time was 22,400. The home price was just over 78,000. Of course, as we went into the housing bubble back 2007, 8, 9, it spiked up to, well, a big spike there. You can see the separation in the chart right here. And we look to the all the way to the right edge here. We see the current, and this is pretty recent as of 2022. It's actually gotten a little bit worse since then, but it's such a nice looking chart. I still wanted to use this chart. And look at we're at 5, almost 6 times, right? So this is insane. This is 6 times almost the income, and it's even worse now. But yeah, 6 times. You can see it in the chart right here. To me, that's a sad story to see such detachment from the income. And what does that tell you? That tells you that more people are borrowing money to buy the home. It's not attached to incomes. It should be really close to incomes, or at least closer. I think 3.5 times was fair value, because people, of course, borrow money to buy their home, but now they're just borrowing more money. They're getting more in debt, and they're taking out bigger and bigger mortgages. And of course, one of the reasons people were able to do that is because the ultra low rock bottom mortgage rates. But now even rates have doubled. Mortgage rates have doubled, and we still are not seeing the foreclosure tsunami. Just like we talked about a few minutes ago, it's still only 8% increase year over year. So what's your guess? What are homeowners doing? How are they skating by? I know how I'm skating by. I'm not traveling much. I don't go out to restaurants as much as I used to. I steal from Target. No, I don't do that. That's one thing I won't do. To get caught stealing at a store, that's one of the most embarrassing things, I think, especially now. All the police have body cam videos, so you've got a good chance of getting put on the internet somewhere with body cam footage. Those are very popular videos showing people getting caught shoplifting. If you've been looking at those types of videos, you know what I'm talking about. They're very entertaining. People are very entertaining when they try to lie and get away with stuff like that. Speaking of housing, let's talk about this. Airbnb bans use of all indoor security cameras. So as a homeowner, and it's a very popular thing, people buying properties to rent out as Airbnbs can be very lucrative. But you can no longer have a security camera because privacy concerns. You're not allowed to spy on your tenants, right? Now, landlords will say, well, we need to watch these people, see what they're doing. They could be tearing the place up. We need to see what they're doing. Of course, the tenants are saying, no, you don't need to watch us. That's invasion of privacy. Like, would you want a camera in your hotel room, right? Probably not. Most people, anyways, would say probably not. When you go into a grocery store, when you go into a department store, you're going to be on camera. Pretty much everybody knows that. They accept that. If you don't accept it, then you're going to have a hard life not shopping in any stores because most stores now have cameras. But a home, a residence, a little bit different. I think that's a little too extreme. I think cameras should be allowed in certain areas, maybe the living room, not the bedroom. You can guess why. Not the bathroom. You can guess why. Maybe just one in the living room. Maybe that would be a nice compromise. Anyways, you guys can probably still hear my voice. It's not back to normal. So I'm going to make this a little bit shorter than usually. I usually like to go 12 to 15 minutes, sometimes 20 like yesterday. My voice was actually better yesterday than it is today. So I'm going to try to get more sleep, and I'll be back with a better sounding voice for you very soon. What do you think about the chart with the home prices? Completely detached now, almost 6 times the median income. And actually, let me give you a more updated number here. Here is a more updated chart here, and the income ratio now is, and this is as of, what does this go up to here? November 2023, about 7.5 times the median U.S. income, right? So that chart, not quite as pretty, but it does tell you how much worse it got. It was what, 5.8 in 2022, now 7.5. Things are getting worse. Unaffordability is getting worse. The bubble has not went bust. When does the bubble go bust? Is it 2024, or are they going to pump so much money into this economy and keep the markets propped up, including this housing market, and home prices will continue to outpace wages and continue to go higher? You let me know what you think down in comments. Bust, bull, bear, bully bears, either way. Thank you for being here. Keep stacking. Bye for now. Peace.